What happens when America's sweetheart meets her match in a television interview that nobody saw coming? When Kelly Clarkson, the powerhouse vocalist known for her warmth and honesty, sits down with Today show host Hoda Kotb for what should have been a routine promotional appearance, the conversation takes a shocking turn that leaves viewers stunned. And one of television's most beloved personalities walking off set in the middle of a live broadcast. The studio lights blazed that morning, casting their familiar glow over the cheerful Today Show set. Hoda sat poised in her signature spot, notes perfectly arranged, her smile bright as always. Across from her, Kelly Clarkson adjusted her vibrant blue dress, tucking a strand of blonde hair behind her ear as cameras rolled. "Kelly, welcome back to Today," Hoda began warmly. "It's always such a pleasure to have you here." "Thank you so much for having me." "Hoda, I love being here," Kelly replied, her smile easy. "This show has always felt like home to me." Hoda nodded, glancing at her notes. "Now we're here to talk about your new album. But before we dive into that, I have to ask about something that's been making headlines." Kelly's expression flickered. "Oh, what's that?" "There have been reports about tensions between you and your fellow coaches on The Voice. Sources say there were some heated exchanges behind the scenes during your last season. Can you tell us what really happened?" The question hit like a cold gust. Kelly's smile faltered before she straightened slightly. "I think there's some confusion. Hoda, I haven't been on The Voice for a while now. I think you might be mixing things up." Hoda leaned forward. "Actually, Kelly, I'm referring to reports from your final season. Multiple sources confirmed disagreements between you and the production team. One source even claimed you threw your chair during a heated argument with the executive producer." Kelly's posture stiffened. "Hoda, I don't know where you're getting that, but it's false. I would never behave that way. And honestly, I'm surprised you'd bring up unverified rumors in what I thought would be an interview about my music." The air in the studio thickened. Crew members exchanged uneasy glances. But Hoda pressed on. "Kelly, I understand your frustration, but these aren't just random rumors. We have multiple sources. Is there any truth to the claim that your departure from The Voice wasn't entirely voluntary?" Kelly's eyes widened, her tone rising. "Are you seriously suggesting I was fired? That's ridiculous. I came here to talk about my music, not defend myself against anonymous gossip." "I'm not attacking you," Hoda replied calmly. "If these reports are false, this is your chance to set the record straight." Kelly's voice hardened. "There's nothing to set straight. What you're doing right now, Hoda, is irresponsible journalism, and you know it." Her words landed with force. The tension was unmistakable now. Kelly's hands clenched as she tried to steady her breath. Hoda hesitated, then tried to pivot. "Kelly, I respect that this is sensitive. But when stories circulate, people want answers." "People want answers," Kelly repeated, incredulous. "Or maybe the media wants drama. Because that's what this feels like right now, an ambush." The studio went silent. Hoda's steady composure wavered slightly as she met Kelly's glare. "I never intended for this to feel like an ambush," Hoda said. "But these are credible sources. People who worked closely with you. They were in the room." Kelly blinked in disbelief. "You're telling me that people who worked with me, who signed confidentiality agreements, are talking to you behind my back?" "I can't reveal my sources," Hoda replied. "But yes, they felt compelled to speak out." Kelly leaned in, voice low but sharp. "So, people I trusted, people I treated with respect, are spreading lies about me? And you're repeating them on national television?" "Nobody's spreading lies," Hoda said firmly. "These sources described a pattern of behavior, times when you lost your temper, made unreasonable demands, and created a difficult work environment." Kelly's face went pale, then flushed red. "A hostile work environment? Are you out of your mind? My entire career has been built on kindness and professionalism, and you're sitting here calling me a diva on live TV?" Hoda's voice stayed even. "These aren't my words." "Kelly, one source said you yelled at a production assistant over the wrong type of water." Kelly gave a disbelieving laugh. "You're trying to ruin my career over water? Do you hear how insane that sounds? That's just one example," Hoda continued carefully. "There were also claims of you being late to rehearsals, refusing to work with certain crew, and demanding a makeup artist be fired." Kelly stood trembling with rage. "You are taking gossip and presenting it as truth. Do you have any idea what this could do to my reputation, my family? The tension was electric. Cameras whirred softly, capturing every second. Kelly, Hoda said, trying to regain control. If these are false, tell us your side. Were there creative disagreements? Differences in direction? Kelly's voice quivered with fury. My side? My side is that I worked hard, treated people well, and left that show to focus on my life and my family. That's my truth. But what you're doing, this is malicious. Yet you admit there were tensions, Hoda said, leaning forward slightly. Tensions happen in every workplace, Kelly shot back. But that doesn't make me abusive or unprofessional. You know that. Hoda nodded slowly. Still, one source mentioned you threw a script at a director. Can you address that? That was the breaking point. Kelly's composure shattered. She stood abruptly, her chair rolling back. Threw a script? I have never thrown anything at anyone in my life. This is disgusting, Hoda. Kelly, please, Hoda said, her tone softening. I never meant to cause you distress. I'm just trying to get to the truth. The truth? Kelly's laugh was bitter. The truth is that you ambushed me with lies and betrayed my trust. On national television, I haven't betrayed you, Hoda said quietly. This is journalism. No, Kelly snapped. This is character assassination, and I won't sit here and let you continue. For a long moment, the studio was frozen. Then Kelly spoke again, voice steady but fierce. You know what's really insulting? You pretending this is about truth. It's not. It's about ratings. About tearing someone down because it makes good television. Hoda's face flushed. That's not fair. I'm not doing this for ratings. Oh, really? Kelly countered. Then what do you call inviting? Me here to talk about my music and blindsiding me with gossip? Hoda looked shaken now. We have a responsibility to investigate when people come forward. Or did you go looking for people? Kelly fired back. Because that's what this feels like, a setup. That's not true, Hoda said, her voice trembling. Then explain, Kelly demanded. Explain how these stories suddenly appeared right before this interview. Explain how anyone could believe this wasn't orchestrated, Hoda faltered. These sources wanted the truth to come out. The truth? Kelly repeated. You've spent 15 minutes trying to convince America I'm a monster. You've humiliated me, attacked my character. For what? The silence in the studio was deafening. Kelly's next words cut through it like glass. You want to talk about hostile environments? You've created one right here, right now. I feel unsafe, attacked, betrayed. Kelly, please, Hoda said weakly. That was never my intention. Your intentions don't matter, Kelly shot back. Your impact does. And you've just tried to destroy me on live television. Hoda looked stricken. They're not lies. Kelly stared at her, eyes blazing. You know what, Hoda? I'm done. I'm done pretending this is a real interview. She unclipped her microphone, placing it on the table with a heavy thud. You can keep your sources, your rumors, and your so-called journalism. I won't be part of this. Kelly, please. We can talk about your music, Hoda pleaded. Kelly's laugh was sharp and hollow. Talk about my music? After this? You've crossed a line that you can't uncross. Kelly. No, Kelly interrupted, her voice steady now, almost calm. You had your story, Hoda. I hope it was worth it. She straightened her dress, gave one final icy look at the host, and turned toward the cameras. The studio was utterly silent as Kelly Clarkson, America's sweetheart, walked off set, leaving Hoda Kotb staring after her, the live broadcast still rolling. It was a moment that would be replayed endlessly, one that reminded viewers that even in the bright lights of daytime television, truth and trust can shatter in an instant.